konnichiwa, and welcome back to a DriveContact podcast. Today, we are embarking on a deep dive into the automotive world's most fascinating treasure hunt. We're not talking about gold or ancient artifacts. We're talking about the automotive forbidden fruit. Vehicles from the Japanese domestic market that were, for decades, off limits to enthusiasts in North America. And for those who have a passion for unique engineering and design, the key to unlocking this treasure chest is a legal loophole that has completely changed the game. The 25-year rule. Before we go any further, let's clear up some common misconceptions. The term JDM is a buzzword that's thrown around a lot. While a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla sold here in the US is a Japanese car, it is not a true JDM car. A true JDM vehicle was never intended to leave its home country. As a result, it often comes with a distinctive set of features, engineering, and cultural context that you simply won't find on its international counterparts. The reason for this distinction is rooted in a unique period of automotive history. Japanese automakers have always used their domestic market as a high-stakes testing ground for new technologies and designs. This was particularly true during Japan's so-called bubble economy of the late 1980s and early 1990s, when a surge of capital led to an incredible explosion of research and development. This era produced some of the most technologically advanced and innovative cars of the modern age. Furthermore, these vehicles were built under a series of government-mandated regulations, most notably a voluntary horsepower limit known as the Gentleman's Agreement. This was a voluntary accord among Japanese manufacturers, capping advertised horsepower at 280 PS, around 276 horsepower. But here's the fascinating part. This restriction didn't stifle innovation. It channeled it. Instead of focusing solely on raw, straight-line power, engineers poured their efforts into refining chassis dynamics, developing advanced all-wheel drive systems like Nissan's ATTESA ETS, and perfecting twin-turbo setups to maximize mid-range torque. This led to the creation of a truly unique breed of car, one that prioritized balance, handling, and sophisticated technology, and gave rise to legendary models that became global symbols of automotive excellence like the Toyota Supra, the Nissan Skyline GTR, and the Honda NSX. For decades, importing these cars was a massive, if not impossible, headache. The U.S. has strict safety and emission standards, mandated by the Department of Transportation, or DOT, and the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, that made bringing in a non-conforming foreign vehicle prohibitively expensive and legally complicated. You couldn't just ship it in and register it. But then came the 25-year rule. This law, officially an exemption within the Imported Vehicle Safety Compliance Act of 1988, allows you to legally import a motor vehicle that is 25 years old or older. The key here is that this exemption bypasses those pesky DOT and EPA regulations, provided the vehicle is in its original, unmodified condition. The 25-year period starts not from the model year, but from the date the vehicle was manufactured, which is usually found on a small label on the car's chassis. The rationale behind this age-based exemption is that after a quarter century, a vehicle is no longer just a mass-produced car, but is considered a historic or collectible item. The potential impact of a few dozen-year-old vehicles on the overall safety and environmental landscape of the country is considered negligible. This simple exemption has created a thriving gray market and a specialized industry where import brokers and specialists are bringing these once-unattainable cars into the U.S. to eager buyers. We've seen a massive professionalization of the import process, with brokers now handling everything from auction bidding in Japan to the intricate logistics of shipping and customs clearance. It's also important to note a lesser-known but equally significant provision for enthusiasts: the show or display exemption. This allows for the importation of certain historically or technologically significant vehicles that are newer than 25 years old. However, it comes with strict limitations, including a mileage cap and the inability to use the car as a primary mode of transportation. This is a crucial distinction and shows just how specialized this field of automotive law has become. So, what's new and exciting now that the year 2000 models are becoming eligible for import? The list is a dream for any JDM enthusiast, with prices soaring for many of these clean title examples. The Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. For many, this is the definitive holy grail of JDM imports, and it officially becomes fully legal in the US in 2025. This car is a rolling piece of automotive legend, with its aggressive, muscular lines and iconic Godzilla status. Its rarity, cultural significance, amplified by pop culture appearances, and a dedicated fan base have created a feeding frenzy. The prices have been climbing for years, and now with legal status, clean, low-mileage examples are already selling for well over $150,000, with some pristine V-Spec 2 newer models fetching north of $500,000 at auction. The heart of the beast is the twin-turbo RB26DETT engine, a hand-built masterpiece that, while officially rated at 276 horsepower, could easily produce more from the factory. The Nissan Silvia S15. The final evolution of Nissan's iconic S chassis, the S15 Silvia was never sold in the US, but has achieved mythical status among drift enthusiasts for its perfect balance and rear-wheel drive platform. The top-tier Spec R model is the one to look for, as it came with the renowned SR20DET engine, a potent turbocharged four-cylinder that's incredibly responsive to tuning. With just basic bolt-ons like an exhaust and boost controller, it's not uncommon to safely reach over 300 horsepower, making it a truly formidable and fun driver's car. The Toyota Aristo V300. If you're hunting for a legendary engine but can't stomach the price tag of a Supra, the Aristo is your answer. Known as the Lexus GS300 here, the JDM Aristo V300 offered a specific engine option that was a total game-changer. It packs the exact same twin-turbo 2 JZG-TEV-VTI engine under the hood as the JDM Supra, an engine that was never offered in its US counterpart. This makes the Aristo ultimate sleeper sedan, a car that looks like a comfortable, luxurious cruiser on the outside, but packs one of the most durable and tunable performance engines ever made. The Toyota ATTESA RS200. While Americans got this car as the Lexus IS300 with the venerable 2JZGE straight 6, the true JDM model is a desirable alternative because it comes with a high-revving, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder 3SGE Beams engine. The Beams stands for Beaming Engine with Advanced Mechanism System, a technology that includes a dual VVTi system on both intake and exhaust cams. This allows for an exhilarating, high-revving experience with a redline that soars past 8,000 RPM, offering a completely different driving feel from the torquier 2JZ. And finally, one that many have been waiting for, the Honda CivicTypeR DC2. The JDM version of the CivicTypeR is considered by many enthusiasts to be the greatest front-wheel drive car ever built. While the US got a fantastic version, the JDM model was lighter and came with a more powerful, hand-built B18C Spec R engine that had a higher compression ratio, unique intake manifold, and a more aggressive camshaft profile. It's a testament to Honda's engineering prowess, with a 9,000 RPM redline and a VTEC crossover that is pure automotive magic. Now, let's talk about the process. Getting your dream car from Japan to your garage isn't as simple as just buying it and putting it on a boat. The process requires meticulous attention to detail and a solid understanding of a complex legal and logistical pipeline. First, you must acquire the proper paperwork from the seller in Japan, which includes the original Japanese title and a certified bill of sale. Once the car arrives at a U.S. port, it must go through U.S. Customs and Border Protection. This is where you, or more likely your customs broker, must file the correct documentation. You have to declare the vehicle as exempt from regulations on the DOTHS 7 declaration form and the EPA Form 35201. This is a critical step. Any mistake can result in the vehicle being seized or even crushed. Beyond the paperwork, there are significant costs to consider. There's the purchase price of the vehicle itself, plus the cost of shipping, which can be done via a container or through a row-row, roll-on, roll-off service. On top of that, you'll pay port fees, brokerage fees, and a 2.5% duty rate on the vehicle's worth, which is based on the value at the time of importation. These costs can add up quickly, so a detailed budget is absolutely essential. For those of you who find a car that's 21 years or older but not yet 25, it's a different, much more complicated story. While you'll still be exempt from EPA requirements, you'll have to work with a registered importer like RI to get the car to meet DOT safety standards. This can be an incredibly expensive and time-consuming process, as it involves making physical modifications to the car, such as changing lighting components and seatbelt systems, and submitting extensive documentation to prove compliance. It's a legal minefield, but for those who are determined to own a unique piece of automotive history, the payoff is absolutely worth the effort. We hope this dive into the 25-year rule has helped you understand the professional and legal realities behind the gray market. Please keep in mind, the information provided is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute legal or professional advice. We recommend you to consult a professional for your specific needs. That's all for now. We'll see you next time as we continue to dive deep into all things car culture at DriveContact Podcast. Until then, drive safe.